to government pressure and offered a raft of proposals to the Kenyan government which aimed at finding a lasting solution for about 430,000 refugees living in Dadaab and Kakuma refugee camps. The Kenyan government, through the Ministry of Interior, gave UNHCR a 14-day ultimatum to have a roadmap on definite closure of the 2 refugee camps located in Kenya. Now, UNHCR in its proposal recommends a dignified voluntary repatriation and resettlement to third countries of refugees who are not able to return home and face protection risks.
Kenya's Dadaab and Kakuma refugee camps have been home to about 430,000 refugees, mainly from Somalia and other countries like South Sudan and Ethiopia, fleeing from violence, war, hunger, extreme poverty, and at times consequences of natural disasters. After decades of this humanitarian effort, the government of Kenya first announced its intention to shut the Dadaab camp back in 2016, citing national security concerns. And on March 24, 2021, the Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i gave the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees a 14-day ultimatum to have a roadmap on the definite closure of both Dadaab and Kakuma refugee camps. In a brief statement posted on social media, the Interior Ministry said there was no room for further negotiations. 2 days after the lapse of that ultimatum, UNHCR has provided what it terms as a sustainable and right-based solutions for refugees residing in camps, which include enhanced voluntary repatriation in safety and dignity, while taking into account the movement restrictions related to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, provision of alternative stay arrangements to refugees from the East African community, acceleration of the issuance of national ID cards to over 11,000 Kenyans who have previously been identified as registered in the refugee database, as well as resettlement to third countries for refugees who are not able to return home and face protection risks. UNHCR is also calling for more dialogue on the matter to ensure that the refugee rights are protected. The development coming just a day after the High Court suspended the government's move to shut down the 2 camps. Justice Anthony Mrima issued the temporary order, which will run for 30 days after former presidential aspirant Peter Gishira filed a legal challenge to block the closure of the 2 camps. In his petition, Gishira had argued that the directive to close the 2 camps violates Kenya's constitution as well as international laws and treaties regarding protection of refugee rights. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Safin Aching Oma.